Hey, welcome to Poetry Read for You by Laura Sue. Um, I don't introduce myself anymore because you pretty much figured out that I am Laura Sue. Anyway, today I'm going to read another poem, and again, it's about cutting, and again, it's from 1993, which seems to have been a very bad year for me, and from what I remember anyway. And it's another poem about cutting, and this time I'm romanticizing it. Go figure. And it's not romantic at all. It's actually horrible. But at the time, I felt that was the only way to deal with things, and the only way to get the pain out. And as I've said before, I'm recovered from that. So yay me. And I'm so sorry that like a lot of my episodes seem to be on a depressing side. But again, depression is a very, very huge topic that we all need to talk about and bring to light, because depression still has this stigma about it that it's a shameful disease. It's something I've done wrong, or the person who suffers from it has done wrong, and that's not true at all. Depression is a chemical balance in the brain. It can stem from trauma or abuse. It can stem from a lot of things, and it is something that takes a long time to learn to live with, because it does not go away. And I know that a lot of people take medicine for it. I have had bad experiences with medicine, and since I'm allergic to every medicine in the world, I choose not to take medicine, only because it's the right decision for me. But don't take that as gospel word, because people need medicine to deal with it. And it is not embarrassing. I tell everyone I suffer from depression. You know why? Because I'm living proof that you can get through things and still live a normal function in life even though you have depression. And a lot of people don't understand that, and I don't know why. And I don't understand the stigma about it either, because honestly, every person in this world, answer me on your, wherever you are listening to this. Have you ever felt sad? Huh? That's all it is. It's sadness on an epic scale. And, everyone has had sadness in their life. Everyone has had grief, or something they feel that was traumatic and debilitating to them. And, and you might even have depression and not want to admit it because of the stigma around it. And it happens to everybody. There is a point in everyone's life where they go through something that depresses them or makes them sad. And, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm aggravated, I'm distressed. These are emotions. And all depression, besides being a chemical imbalance, is also an emotional problem. I mean, it's not being able to deal with your emotions well. So depressed people like me just find it hard to get up on certain days. And I can tell you, just like 2 days ago, I had a major bout of depression, and actually mentioned taking myself out of this world again. And I don't know why I said it, and I don't know why I felt that way. It was just the depression winning that day. And most days I don't let it win. Most days I am, the victor over my depression. But some days, hey, it kicks my butt. And I'll be perfectly honest about that. Some days I don't know how I get out of bed and function, but I do, and with effort on my part, where other people can just get up with their alarm and go on their merry way. Sometimes, I hate the alarm and I hate the merry way. I don't want, I don't want to be, I don't want to deal with life. I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to, talk. I just want to be alone. And, you know, that's when depression kicks my butt. And, I think thoughts that, are not healthy. And then I get through the day and I say, it's just today, it's just today. I can get through this. And you know what? It usually ends up, it is just today. And, I might have a sadness about me, but I've learned to function with that sadness, and I can push it down, away, you know, think about what's making me sad, and just think about, why is it making me so sad? Why is it making me want to hurt myself when it's not really my issue? It just might be things that are going on outside of me, and they're overwhelming me, and I just can't deal with it. So I have my days. But this time in my life, I have less of those days than I did when I was a 20-year-old. I had probably 99% of my days were those days where the sadness was just oppressive and I felt like it was sitting on me and I was going to drown. Today, the sadness is there. It's one of my buddies that hangs out with me. And I'm like, hey, what's up? You're back. Yay. And I deal with it, think it out, talk it out. Sometimes I don't talk it out. Sometimes I just spend a lot of time alone in my mind and quiet and just thinking about, what can I do differently tomorrow that won't make me feel so sad? Maybe I should do something to make myself happy. Go for a walk, get the fresh air, sit in the sun, vitamin D, yay. These little things help. So, whatever your trick is, use it, and if you're in the depths of depression, there is a way out, whether you go to counseling, take medicine, deal with it somehow, talk to friends, family, let people know what you're going through, because maybe another point of view will help you see it differently, that it's not as big as it seems to you at that point, and sometimes it can seem like it's like the end of the world, and, it's not, and I just, again, I have suffered with depression for, I don't know if I can say 43 years, or 44 years, I don't know, like, do you count when you were, like, just born? Was it already in your head? Yeah, some people say you're born that way, Other people say it's from events, and I agree with both, because, I've had both. So, my mother definitely had mental issues, and, was I born with it? Maybe, and the traumatic events happen in my life and that made me depressed. Yeah, they did. And you know what? I survived it. And I'm getting better and better with each year, like a fine wine. And hey, you know what? I can do this. You can do this. We can all do this, and it's not it's not an embarrassing disease. It's not shameful, I didn't choose to be depressed. It's just in my head. It's who I am. It's part of my makeup. And, you know, you don't be like, oh, hey, yeah, I want to be next in line for depression, please. Can I have one of those? Can I have two of those? No, it doesn't work that way. Not at all. It just, it's when your brain gets all messed up and boom, here you are. You're depressed, and oh well. You learn how to deal with it, and I did. And so here I'm going to read another one of my lovely cutting poems, where obviously I was in love with the depression at that moment. But anyway, pain. I sit all, blah, start that all over. Pain. I sit all alone with my razor, feeling the pain. It comes to me like long needed rain. I've been waiting for some sort of sign. Well, here it is. The pain is mine. It feels so good. I know it is right. I watch the blood trickle. What a beautiful sight. I feel so complete. I cannot refrain from kissing my old lover, Pain. August 1993. And yeah, you know, I totally remember that poem. I was all alone in my kitchen. I had my own place, and I was all alone in my kitchen, and I was an alcoholic at the time, and I was drinking and feeling sorry for myself, and just not knowing how I was going to keep on living. And everything hurt so bad. And yes, I was in love with the pain. How's that for honest? I was. And it helped me cope at the time. Would I suggest it? No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Horrible, horrible thing to get hooked on. And I have overcome it. Again, and it's not a long time. I mean, yeah, it's not a long time at all. 9 years, and to me, that's not a long time, and every day is a struggle. And every day I have to, I mean, I can't say that, not every day anymore, but, can I be honest and say it's once a week? Yeah, 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 it is. But the thing is, today, I don't give in to it. I don't let it win. Um, I do my best to get it out of my head and distract myself, And yeah, I guess distraction's not always the best either, but for me, it helps me get out of that moment where my brain is dwelling on something it shouldn't be, or making a big deal. Now, wait a minute. I don't want to say big deal because some people have said that to me. Well, you're making a big deal out of things. No, 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 no. My mind is obsessed with a certain thing that's going on in my life, and it just nags and nags and nags, and then I'm like, you know what? No, stop. Just go away. I need my peace. I need to find my peace. I need to get out of this. And again, I don't. Not everyone's the praying type, but I am, and it does work for me. And I'm like, God, please, just get me through this. And it does work for me. So whatever you do to get past that moment in your life where you feel like everything's crashing in and that you're not going to survive this episode, you will. And you'll probably smile again. And, well, actually, I will guarantee you will smile again. It's not the end of life for most. Some people, unfortunately, it's so bad that they just can't get out of it. And I understand that too. I've lost friends to suicide, and horrible, I lost one of my friends who was a year younger than me, and he was a very close friend of the family, and I watched my dad cry when my friend gave up his fight and went to heaven. And it was a hard thing to watch, because knowing, especially for me, because I knew that at points in my life I wanted to die, and I was watching it from, this is weird, but from say I was the person who did it, and I got to go back. Say I commit suicide, and I got to go back and see how it affected people. Well, I got to watch how something like that would affect my father while he was still alive, And I never, ever, ever wanted to cause him that pain. And there had been a lot of times after that I thought about it, thought about ending it all. And then I remembered my dad crying over our family friend who killed himself. And he was such a light. And it was so sad that he did that. And his parents actually let me bury my poem. They let me put it in his casket with him. And, yeah, so I've been touched by suicide, and it's not an easy thing to watch. And, I wish he didn't do that, and I wish he could have been there to see what he did to the world. He hurt a lot of people. So, anyway, emotional. So, there you go. That's my episode for today. I think I'm going to end it here. So, all right, guys. Many blessings and much love. Stay strong.